And welcome back to R Performance Garage. I appreciate you guys joining and subscribing. Those that haven't, please do. This is a 67 Chevelle project I did with my son. Let's go ahead and show you a project update. A lot's been done. All right, so as you see, a lot has changed, and like a dummy head, I did not record it, so my bad. I will record everything from this day forward to make sure that you get the content and you see the project as it goes live. You can see all my mistakes, all my successes, whatever. You'll see all of it, and that way you get to ride this project with me. So the turbo no longer sits here like a giant pumpkin in your face where the passenger driver just sees a pipe coming at him. It looked terrible. It was stupid. I just didn't like it. So I decided, let's change it all up. And I just kind of played with the piping and tried to figure out how to flow it and go from here and go from there. And I also wanted to, it's not going to be a sleeper, but I wanted to kind of fit a hood on this thing. And doing some measurements and some lines, I got the turbo down in this corner that allows for more optimal airflow through the headlight, and also gets it down below the roof line of the hood, and gives it so that I can create a nice cowl that covers the high ram. So that's going to be much cleaner, and I'm very happy with that. I'm just going to have to kind of see how everything runs, see if the wastegates are going to work. And on that note, I'm going to bring you in here and I'm going to show you an up close and personal view of all the work, good or bad. And you feel free to comment, tell me if it's good, it's bad, it's ugly, whatever. I don't care. Just tell me, because we're doing this together and I want you to give me your opinion. Any opinion that's shared, I will definitely incorporate into the build. Please feel free to do so. So let's start with the hot side pipes coming off the headers here. These pipes are basically reused pipes that I just wanted to salvage, I guess. I'm very big on reusing parts if I can, and this pipe is fine. It's stainless. Stainless is reworkable. You can do what you need. You can clean it. You can do whatever. So what I did is, this originally turned that direction, and a 90 went like this straight across. It blocked the coolant port here, and then it went across 90 and then had this turbo sticking up in your face. It looked terrible. So now the 90 goes down, it goes across, it clears everything just right and has just enough room to not have heating issues with the fans. We'll see. I'm going to wrap them. We'll see. I've seen things closer and it didn't have an issue for me in the past, but for this one, we'll give it a try. It goes across, goes to here, which I'm going to clean up some of these welds, and then it goes to a pedestal that I made over here underneath the car. Now it's a V-band. It's really strong. I'm going to actually incorporate it into the cage with a bracket. I'll show you in the next video, and that thing will be fully supported. And the reason I put it here is I've always wanted to kind of do the headlight thing. I see it in a lot of cars. Well, I did that, and then my wife went, no, please don't do that. So I don't know if I'm going to go in the headlight. I may just create a hole here and kind of incorporate air into the system. I haven't decided. We'll pick that together, but I do have an air cleaner for it. It does fit on there when I'm on the street, going down the road and rock, gravel, whatever, but it'll come off and then it'll go to a tube into this great area. So that'll be nice. As for the wastegates, I did 2 wastegates on this unit. They're 46 millimeter wastegates. They're really nice pieces. I did one here. I tried to go straight, but it wouldn't work, so I should be enough flow. I mean, optimal would be up here, like directly into it, straight on, but this should be fine. I'm running 2 of them. I did a teardrop exhaust port for here, and this thing's going to tie into the blow-off valve, which we'll talk about in a minute. This one, again, is about the same position as this. It's just kind of tucked underneath the turbo, so you can't really see it that well. I need to finish tacking. So these are tacked right now. I need to go in and I need to do a nice, clean, TIG welded bead. And I need to grind these off and do a nice bead on those and clean up all these old welds from a previous whatever. That is the hot side here. I'm very pleased with the way it turned out. It looks good to me. I'm happy with the positioning. I can fit the hood, like I said, so that is good. Now, how about the cold side? Obviously, aluminum would have been nice to some people, but I like running stainless. You tell me if you've seen a stainless steel pipe explode. I have not, but I have seen aluminum ones break. I've seen blow-off valves blow off of aluminum pipes. I've seen a whole bunch of failures with aluminum. I have not seen a stainless steel cold pipe ever blow up. I haven't seen it. If you have, please share the video. I'd love to see it. Precision Pro Mods have a 3-inch V-band that actually allows for the flow to come in. So I did a 3-inch pipe and I could have expanded it immediately to a 4-inch, but why would I? If they made it for 3-inch, there has to be enough flow. So I went ahead and did a 3-inch, and I got this little adapter here, and I really don't know if I'm going to keep this like this. I may actually make a 4-inch to a V-band on the throttle body. We'll see if I have any pressure issues, but I highly doubt this thing's going to twist on me. That is a lot of pressure when I tighten that V-band, and this thing actually goes in here quite a way. So I do not anticipate any issues, but I also tucked the blow-off valve underneath. It's a tile 50 millimeter, I think. I don't know, I'll have to double check what I put on here, but I had it on the shelf. I sell these on my website as well as the Precision and all the other stuff. So I have it, I threw it on here. We'll see if it does the trick. It is pointed under so that I can fit the hood and there's no interference whatsoever. Also, my vacuum lines can come across, everything's clean. So that is the cold side, that is the hot side, and I'll show you the downpipe plan. Give me a moment to install it on the turbo. Okay, so here, this ugly behemoth of a piece of crap pipe that I have is not the permanent pipe. I'd like to be clear, not permanent. Mock-up, not permanent, mock-up. Okay, anyway, I'm done with that. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this on here and I'll show you my plan. Vband Clamp is huge. You can get it from Precision directly or from me for these Pro Mods. You don't have them, it's gonna be real difficult finding one that fits these turbos properly. So good luck if you can find them aftermarket, but I usually like to go with the manufacturer of the turbo. All right, so much fun. Anyway, let's go ahead and actually clocked it perfect that time. Well, perfect. That's a strong statement. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull you down here, but I got this thing now tightened onto the turbo and I'll show you what my plan is. I am actually stuck. I don't know about you guys, but finding parts is a nightmare right now. I ordered some 4-inch stainless steel pipe and I didn't want junk, so I actually wanted a quality stainless steel pipe. I ordered it 2 weeks ago and the order got canceled after waiting 2 weeks. So I ordered it again and hopefully it arrives soon. I'd like to make a full exhaust for this on one of the videos, but we can start it on this cheap piece of diesel pipe first and kind of go from there. So I will have to put a little V-band or wideband sensor, that's fine, but this will do the trick. So let me pull you in here and show you what my plan is. So here's what you saw me fighting, and this thing was booger welded horribly because, man, this is an old piece of 6.0 diesel turbo downpipe that I had sitting on a trailer. I was just gonna take it to scrap, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I can use it. So I was trying to weld on it, and man, it does not stick well. I should have cleaned it up a lot more, but I had no intention on keeping it. So ignore that weld, terrible weld, horrible weld. Anyway. Not my concern. It holds, it does what I need to do for startup. So my plan is I have to bring a cage through here and down. So I did some measuring, and ironically, the bend of the 6.0 pipe was almost perfect. I may be able to incorporate this bend and kind of follow this flow exactly as it is, and then make my pipe go out the back. We will see when the pipe arrives, but it does not interfere with the tire. It does not interfere with the fender. It doesn't have any issues with suspension travel. And it looks like it's gonna do just what I need to get around that pipe. So my plan is this pipe is gonna come back here. It's gonna go down there. so I can run it all the way to the back. I want a full exhaust on this car when I'm driving on drag week. I don't want to hear the engine all the time and the whistle constantly blowing my eardrum. Yes, it's cool. Yes, people like it. I don't want it all the time. That is a long droney sound for a long drive of 1,500 miles. I don't want to hear that all the time. So I want to be able to shut that off. However, I want to be able to open it and party when I want to party. So I will have a valve that I can turn on and off, open it as I wish, do different things, whatever, and it will go out the side. I don't know where yet. We'll plan something. Give me some opinions. Fender, front of tire, I don't care. You tell me, give me your opinion. I'd love to hear it. So that'll be the plan there with the exhaust. And hopefully it does exactly what I need and we can proceed. I also want to tie the turbo into the cage. Like I said, I want to make sure it's super strong and the pedestal is just holding that thing solid. I planned on using they have this like cradle that goes under the return side of the oil that you can weld pipes to. This turbo does not have the provision for that cradle. It doesn't have two little bolts on it, and I'll show you that underneath. But that is it for the turbo piping. Aside from exhaust, this should be more than adequate to get it started. So that is good. I will weld up some stuff, clean some stuff up, but it is set up for what I need. Now, I did a little more than I should have. I started mocking up kind of a breather system and just other things. And then as you see here, I installed the steam pipe. This is a nice little hard steam pipe. You can make them yourself. You can get them on Amazon, my website, whatever. These are available and they're really clean. I like how they are spidered underneath the ram. Pretty sweet setup. So got that thing installed and I'm very pleased with that as well. I did some checking of the water pump and I don't like the LS1 water pump being so close to this. The pulley is actually wider. The position is right, but the pulley is wider. So I went with a LSA water pump, and this is, by the way, this is an used one. It's just temporary to mock up. I ordered a new one and it'll be here soon. So this will come off, I'll throw the new one on and it'll be just fine for belt alignment, and we'll put a new tensioner up here. Then I will go ahead and do an idler. So that'll be in good shape too. Then I am going to make a billet bracket. This is temporary. I just had it sitting on a shelf, and we're going to do a billet bracket and tie the other side to the cage over here for the alternator. That will do just fine for the accessory drive. I don't need to buy some billet thing. All I need is the alternator, tensioner, idler, water pump. That's all I need. I don't need to get too fancy. I'm going to run AC in this car for drag week, but that's going to be an electric one. I'll show you that later. Let's not even worry about that right now. So that is the project update. I'm going to lift the car up and show you underneath. So that is the top side with all the turbo piping. Now I'm going to lift the car up, show you what I've did underneath. Lifting, watching. Four days later, here we are. It's up in the air. Let me pull you under here and show you what I did. All right, so this car needs a lot of cleaning up. I want to get rid of this old speedo cable. Don't need it. The belt will obviously not be dangling here. But yeah, underneath this, it's, you know, there's not much to see. But what I will show you is I sell these K&P oil filters. They're billet, really sweet units. I'll have to post a short so you can see kind of what they look like on the inside. I removed this here. This is actually going to be the oil feed for the turbo. This is very common. You see a lot of Turbo LS cars. This is usually where you see the oil feed come out. I actually have a twin turbo car and there's two of them coming out here. So yeah, that's going to work. It's a braided line that goes up to the turbo, and that is sufficient enough. Again, has the solid mount here. We're going to go to a motor plate in the future, but this will at least get it started and it holds it in place. Over here, I didn't install the starter because I haven't wired everything. So this is the original wire that when I bought the car kind of was dangling in here. I want to rewire this whole car, but I don't know. Some of it I might be able to reuse. This really isn't terrible. Heat shrink terminal looks okay. So we'll decide. But let me take you over to the return line for the turbo. It's really tight in here, but if you see, it goes into the oil pan here. I went ahead and got a AN fitting that goes to a straight fitting. So it's a 90-degree AN fitting. It doesn't swivel or anything because I want it to have no leaks. So it's a solid 90-degree coming out of the pan. And then I made this AN line here, -12, that comes out and wraps around and goes up to the turbo. And as you see, the turbo is here, and there's just an AN fitting that screws in, and then this goes here. So that is the drainage there as well. So let me see. Okay, now here is the transmission. I have the plugs in it here. I don't have the linkage on yet, but this is the Rosler pan with the trans brake. Usually you see 2 wires on a trans brake. This is grounded on its own. This is just add a power to a button. Anyway, so that's where that is. It's a very nice piece. I'd like to polish it a little bit, but I mean, who cares? Who's looking underneath this, right? So that is the pan, and it's looking pretty good. Aside from that, I need to go ahead and get the drive shaft cut for this. I was looking at the gearing, and it's a 342 9-inch gear. That might be perfect for what we're doing. We'll have to see, but based on my calculations, beep, boop, 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 it is probably going to be just fine. As for the brakes, this thing is going to haul ass. I do not want to kill myself with these drum brakes, so I'm going to take those off and throw a set of Willwoods on here, and hopefully that will be much more sufficient for what we want to do. And then back here, we will do a wheelie bar. So I ordered some QA1s. These are going away. They're ugly. So I ordered some QA1s based on measurements I did. They're double adjustable. Be much nicer than these old units. I'm also, like I said, going to do the wheelie bar that comes off here and put a parachute and some other stuff. But for now, we're going to focus on the engine and getting this thing running. So now I'm trying to think of all the things that I did without you. I didn't show you. And again, huge mistake, but we're not going to do that anymore. I'm going to record the rest from now on. You share all the things and opinions that you have. I want those opinions. This is just a fun toy. I have nicer cars, and I build other stuff for other people, but this was something I wanted to do for fun. My son wanted to do it with me, and sometimes it's more important to do that than to play with other stuff. Sometimes you just got to drop all your priorities and focus on your family, and my family is number one to me. So I'm going to do that for my son. I'm going to continue building this with him, and I'm going to drag you along for the project. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. Hopefully this is what you want to watch. And if so, please subscribe wherever it is and join my channel. And thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day.